Hello, welcome back. This is Wency from Wency's Toys channel, and today I will be reviewing the Lego set 75337, the ATTE Walker from the Lego Star Wars series from the summer wave of 2022. So let's get right to it. Oh, and before I forget, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and please consider subscribing, as a lot of my viewers have not yet subscribed to my channel, and it would help me a lot in bringing you more content like this in the future. Thank you very much. Okay, first up are the minifigures. And of course, we need to compare the 212th Clone Troopers. So, this is the new Clone Trooper with the ATTE Walker. And this is the old Stormtrooper from 2014's Utapau Troopers Battle Pack. So it is, of course, for the printing, it is glaring that it's very different. It's been almost 10 years apart. So one thing though that I like from the previous Clone Trooper is the orange arms. I think it's much better looking. So it would have been nice if they had orange arms here. But the printing itself, as you can see, the torso printing is a lot more refined in the newer set. As you can see, even the leg printing, as you can see here, it's white tee here with a nice detail on the belt and a much more refined printing on the legs for the orange parts of the leg, as opposed to this one that has the much broader triangle here for the orange part. Here it's a little bit more refined, it's a little bit more thinner, probably because they have this printing at the belt area. Still the same kind of printing for the actual belt, the utility belt, but yeah, overall the torso printing is a lot more refined and a lot more detailed here, of course, on the 2022 version of the 212th Trooper. For the helmet, as you can see here at the top, the printing is a lot more polished, I would say. Has more detail here for their side gray printing as opposed to the 2014 version. And it seems to be using the new Stormtrooper mold for the helmet, where, as you can see here, it droops a little bit lower than this one. But it's almost all the same. It just is a little bit more polished look. Of course, we have now the brown Stormtrooper Clone Trooper head as opposed to the 2014 one, which is white. And looking at the back printing, it's almost the same, but just a little bit more refined and polished here in the 2022 version. So aside from the orange sleeves that I would have liked, I think the 2022 version is a lot more polished. So next is the 212th Battalion ATTE Walker Gunner. So here he has a little bit more, not the orange stripe, so he has this like a shoulder harness here, shoulder support harness, because he should be carrying heavy gun, so he's a heavy gunner, so he has this support for the heavy gun. Not a lot of the orange printing, not sure why. Probably that's all for all the gunners. Simple leg printing as well, no orange markings here, and a little bit of a brownish marking here at the top. Again, the same kind of, almost the same kind of printing for all the new Clone Troopers here for the helmet. And at the back, again, just this almost the same printing as the other Clone Troopers, but just with the shoulder harness. And of course, since he's a Clone Trooper, he would have the same similar head. And last but not the least, of course, the much awaited Phase 2 Commander Cody minifigure. The only other Commander Cody that we've had is the Clone Wars version of the Phase 1 Commander Cody. I didn't have that. I wasn't collecting Lego at that time. So this is my very first Commander Cody minifigure. And as you can see here, he is already different. He has the orange sleeves. So I'm guessing the reason why the other Storm or Clone Troopers had the white sleeves is so that Commander Cody can have this orange sleeve. And I would think that's an okay compromise. Very, very nice and detailed torso printing for Commander Cody here. I like the leg printing here. He has this visor accessory here that's also orange. He has this additional printing here on his mouthpiece. Very, very cool. He has a different non-orange printing at the top of his helmet, which I think it's a little bit odd because, like, if Captain Rex has almost all blue markings as well at his helmet, I would have been sure that this would have been a lot more orange. But I haven't been watching the Clone Wars recently, so I don't know all much of the detail for the Phase 2 Commander Cody. But this visor piece is very, very cool. And at the back printing, of course, he has a lot more armoring. It's almost the same kind of printing for the back of the torso, just a little bit more detail here for Commander Cody, of course. And even though he's a named trooper and he's Commander Cody, he's still a clone trooper, so he's still having this clone trooper face, but it's a little bit more matter. So very, very cool. So onto the main build, and this is the ATTE Walker. So for those who are not Star Wars savvy or don't know much about Star Wars but is looking at this review, the ATTE stands for All-Terrain Tactical Enforcer. So it is one of the first walkers that is used by the Republic, and actually this is my first big walker that I've built and owned. I never owned the AT-AT or the AT-M6 big walkers. I have the Mandalorian's AT-ST, the Scout Transport, and the 501st AT-RT when it came out last year. And yeah, so it has a nice silhouette. And since it is a tactical enforcer, it is basically a tank, right? And it looks like a tank. It has a silhouette of a beetle if you look up front, as you can see here, right? And I believe it is patterned like a beetle, right? The beetles are the tanks of the insect world. So why wouldn't you build a tank not patterned after a beetle? And I like that looking at the pictures from 2008's first ATTE Walker and 2016's Captain Rex's ATTE, not a lot much has changed in the design on the overall look of the Walker. So yes, there are a bunch of stickers now. So here, a lot of the plating here is a bunch of stickers to show some battle damage here, like here on top, but not a lot. It still has the basic look. And of course, the main guns here is updated with the new stud shooters, which I would think has a very nice silhouette to it. And yeah, they've changed how the feet look, so it's not anymore using the 2 stud high wedge pieces. Now it's using this 1 stud high slope pieces, which is very cool. It gives more of a flatter look, a more squarish look, which actually is much closer to the actual Star Wars in-universe look of the AT-TE Walker. And I like how they updated the way this sliding, or how this sliding front panel is built. Very, very cool. I like that how it works. And I've put one of the clone troopers here. Usually might be that Commander Cody should be the one piloting, but right now I only have one of the normal clone troopers. Very, very snugly fit there. Nice. I like it very much. And the clone gunner would be sitting on top here. Very, very cool. And yes, it has also 6 mini turrets, firing turrets. So these are probably like heavy guns as opposed to this main firing gun here. The middle legs have been changed such that it doesn't, or some of the plating here has been changed so that it doesn't use the dishes anymore. So it's using these flat circular pieces, I think, to better put this line piece here, or this armor piece here that appears in some of the Star Wars pictures in universe. So I like that they complemented the dishes where they put them, or they use them, with the gear sprockets here. Very, very cool detail here. So again, there's also a way to lift them up. So there is a handle here that they've put here, like much like how it is in Captain Rex's AT-TE. So very, very cool indeed. And looking at the inside, let me pull out these panels here. So these panels are just put in place here through Technic pieces. So very nice that they've managed to include Technic pieces for the paneling. Makes it a lot more playable so that you can just remove it and show the insides of the walker itself. They're very cool. But I don't know if it's just me that the plating looks a lot thinner than I would normally probably want it for a battle tank. Probably make it seem like it's thicker, but I guess this is what we need to do to be able to do it in Lego. So there is some seats here, so you can fit 5 here at the back. This side here you can't take off, but this side here you can. So this one can seat 2 people here. So basically you can put 6 troopers in this walker, or no, 7 or 8. So there's 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 4 seats here. So this one lifts up so that you can pull this out if you don't want to pull out the side panelings. But the one at the back is actually locked by this back panel here. So you have to pull it out. Probably have to do it like that so you can see here. And you can lift this up. Very, very nice playability factor here. And there is some guide here. So I'm not sure why there's a paneling here, probably so that it's for the guns here. But yeah, so at the other side it's the same kind of plating here. Very, very nice. And actually, I would think a lot of people would buy the AT-TE primarily for the minifigures. It's the first, it's the only second time that we will have Commander Cody as a minifigure, and using the Phase 2 helmet as well. So that is why you'd buy this walker. So if in 2023 Lego gives us a 212 battle pack, then yeah, the value of this probably will go down as far as marketability, because now you can get the 212 troopers in a cheaper set. But for army builders, of course, you have to have a lot of the ATTEs. And like Bruce Swift, he probably already has like 20 of these on his backlog. So it is a tank. So I would have just wished that Lego gave us a more suitable opposition set to this ATTE. So the side build that they gave us is a small spider droid. Would have been nice if they even gave us even the tri-droid from the Utapau set. That would have been very, very nice that if we had that. So that's it for my raw review and my own honest review of the ATTE Walker. And yeah, I would think that there's a lot more detailed reviews from like M&R Productions out there and of this Walker, but this is just my honest and raw review of it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video and enjoyed my raw review of it. So again, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and please consider subscribing, as a lot of my viewers have not yet subscribed to my channel, and it would help me a lot in bringing you more content like this in the future. Thank you very much.